Warbird 2 on your left, brake traffic's going to be a Beechcraft turning downwind. Alright, so Cessna 512 Romeo, roger, good afternoon, altimeter 3003, runway 3, taxi via Alpha. To watch out, because when this guy, let's think about this, 2199, when he's coming in for these runway 19s, it doesn't mean he's going to land. There's always a chance of an aircraft going on a missed approach, and if 2199 is on a missed approach and he lands but then he ends up taking off again and there's an aircraft coming to land here, you're in terrible trouble because these aircrafts can crash. So even though they're on different runways, alternate them, meaning that 123 Mike Sierra landed, give at least 2 minutes in between before the other aircraft lands in the opposite direction. Just like at least 2 minutes. Okay, so you always give them initial altitude and runway heading just in case they lose radio communications. There's that way the approach controller knows that, hey, that guy's lost radio communications. They already gave him initial altitude and runway heading, so that's where he's gonna be. So that's where the altitude is in place. So altitude, initial altitude, I cleared them up. Usually initial altitude around here is 6,000, but I cleared them up to 7,000 just because it's 1,000 above. And I told him runway heading. And the F stands for frequency, his departure frequency. So when after he takes off, the frequency he's gonna contact. If there's approach online, he will contact approach. There's no approach.
Mechanic ground number 123 Mike Sierra at Alpha 5, request taxi to Charlie Gate.
Look at these two guys. Warbird 2, hold position. So you gotta watch out for this.
Warbird 2 is holding position.
And the 123 Mike Sierra, you wanna go to the Alpha Gate, is that correct?
That is correct.
What's the Alpha Gate? What's the Alpha Gate? Alpha, 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 Alpha. 123 Mike Sierra, roger, right turn. And you can taxi to the Alpha Gate.
Right turn here on Bravo and then taxi to Alpha Gate.
Oh no, the Alpha Gate. Mike Sierra, sorry, straight ahead. Take straight ahead on a Bravo 5 and then take a left turn, catch Golf to the Alpha Gate.
Roger that, taxi straight ahead on Bravo 5 and take
here.
a left turn to Alpha Gate.
I want to do Mike, sorry, Warbird 2, thanks for holding. You can continue, take a right turn Alpha 5, hold short. You gotta watch out. See, they can't be that close.
That's
on
chart 2, right turn Alpha 5, holding short.
You go watch out for that stuff. Okay, so we're good here. This guy's gonna report a 5-mile final. Okay, so his departure frequency. His departure frequency would be with the departure controller if there was one. There is not. So it's on Unicom, which is 122.905, and it's transponder. If you're VFR, you're gonna squawk the 1-2s. If you're IFR, you're gonna squawk the 2-2s, and the transponder only goes up to 7. So you cannot give someone squawk 1208. No, 8 doesn't exist. So you always give them. We usually make them up, but you want to keep it in. You see how on this little session info there's a little I? That's because he's squawking a 2-2. Right there. See, 2200. Squawking a 2-2. See how there's a W? That's because he's VFR. He's squawking a 1-2. So that's the main difference on the actual squawks. This guy is taking forever to taxi. This 737 Tango. It's pilot Josh. He's a good guy. He's over here. Warbird 2's over here. Where's Warbird 2? There he is. Okay, so let's anticipate. By the time Warbird 2 reaches the runway, this guy's probably going to be on a 5-mile final. So do you think that I can give Warbird 2 takeoff clearance before this guy lands? If Warbird 2 was a 152, no. Because a 152 takes off at about 50 knots. It's horrible. 152 is extremely slow, especially a Piper Cub. Please do not fly a Piper Cub in a Class Bravo airspace. You know how difficult it is to try to get a Piper Cub in when you have a 747 behind it? It's going to make the Piper Cub fly away. Warbird 2's a P-40. I can get him off in time. So, once Warbird 2's ready, he's requesting the traffic pattern. I'll give him the left traffic with 25 right.
737 Tango, holding short 25 right, ready to go.
We can get 737 Tango. 737 Tango, roger. Wind 20017, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff.
25 right, clear for takeoff, 737 Tango.
Yeah, this guy, see, he's doing an 8-mile final, and he's doing 250 knots. That's pretty fast. But Ben is a good pilot. He'll start slowing it down if you look at his speed, because he is flying a 7.3 and there's no way you can land. A 7.3 you want to anticipate about 140, 150 approach, which he's starting to slow down already. So we should be fine. The 737 Tango is going to take off before the ops. Let's look how it sees over here. Now Warbird 2 contacts me, you can't take off. We got to continue holding short. Don't give Warbird 2 on the runway because you're going to get run over. 737 Tango's You know, we had to anticipate that 737 was going to take its time. Who was that? Okay, so this guy just logged
Hey,
in
Fred, next time you come on.
This guy just logged on clearance delivery without asking me, and you can already see they're starting to get mad at him.
Warper 2 is ready to go, runway 25 left, correction 25 right, off 5.
Warper 2, continue on short 25 right, you got a 737 just rolling in front of you.
Roger, continue holding short to runway.
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm current tower, upside 2101, 3 miles to 19 right.
Ops 2101, traffic just departed for 25 right, runway 19 right, clear for the option 120017.
Traffic say 19 right, cleared option, Ops 2101.
737 Tango's IFR, he's leaving. 737 Tango, you're going to Unicom now 122.95. Always try to push them off as quick as you can, because it's unnecessary. I'm sorry, Warper 2, runway 25 right, line up and wait.
25 right, line up and wait, Warper 2.
It's a good little session so far, guys. So now the difference with VFR clearance is we don't have to clear the people. We don't have to clear them. You know, we don't have to do this whole craft thing. The only thing we're going to want to do is we're going to see the C and the T. You're clear to whatever you need to do and your transponder code. It's a little more complicated when you get inside a Class Bravo airspace. And some hints to Class Bravo. If we don't know, we're talking about Class Bravo. The Class Bravo is this blue ring right here. So Class Bravo is, let me clear Warper 2 here. Warper 2, when 20017, when a 25 right clear for takeoff, you can make left traffic.
25 right clear for takeoff, make left traffic, Warper 2.
Now look, Warper 2 is going to take off and make left traffic, but this guy should be off of the way. And Air Ops 2101, well, he's already monitoring the advisory frequency, which is 122.95, so I don't need to let him know. And the reason I know he's monitoring is because I can see on the flight plan page. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so, like I was saying, VFR clearances, you only got to give them where they're cleared and they're transponded. Now, it's different inside of Bravo. The Bravo is this blue ring. Whenever you are inside a Class Bravo airspace, this blue ring represents meaning that this airport is extremely busy. Only big airports are in Class Bravo airspaces. You're talking about San Francisco, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Boston, Dallas. Any of those big airports are in a Class Bravo. That's the biggest airport airspace you can get to. It means that it is extremely busy. Whenever you fly inside a Class Bravo airspace, please keep it underneath 250 knots. If you're below 10,000 feet, you should be automatically underneath 250. Make life easier for controllers. Number one, don't fly a Piper Cub inside a Class Bravo because you're going to have a lot of fast planes in here. When I mean fast, I mean they're going to be pushing, 104 fast. It's like 200, 220, the bigger airplanes. And you don't want a Piper Cub to be flying in these Class Bravo airspaces, number one. Number two, if it's extremely busy, be expected to get denied inside the Class Bravo airspace. You do not always have to get cleared inside the Class Bravo airspace. Here, I got a little problem here. 2101, it's the same problem as before. 2101, is he going to get the right or left? Just to be safe, I'm going to ask him. Or what I could do is I can switch Warper 2 to the left. We'll wait and see until what happens because I don't think there'll be that of a problem. 2101 is going to probably get far out approach, and then Warper 2 is pretty fast, so it shouldn't be that problem. If Warper 2 was a slower plane, then yeah, it might be a problem. 737 Tango, he's already going. Okay, so what I did is in a VFR clearance, and the difference between VFR and IFR, I should have done a video on it. I'm almost positive I did. VFR means that it's visual flight rules. You don't want to be told where to go. You want to fly where you want, how high you want. You're in control of the plane. IFR means that you want ATC to tell you what to do. So, for an example, if you're VFR in the pattern, and there's no IFR in the pattern, but let's just get an example. If you're VFR in the pattern, you're gonna do what Warper 2 is doing. You're gonna fly, where you're gonna fly the pattern yourself. If you're IFR in the pattern, ATC is gonna tell you, turn left, descend, see the runway, land. That's the difference. Warper 2 runway 25 left, Clear for the option, wind 200 at 17. The reason I said it's slow is because I changed runways for him.
Runway 25 left, clear for the option 12.
And he did it fine. Okay, so in the VFR clearance, like I said, you do not need to specify all of that runway heading, climb, maintain 5,000, any of that stuff. IFR clearance you do. So I wish we could get some more IFR clearances here, but it don't look like anybody else wants it. So we should be fine. That was a lot of information at one time. I was just thinking the people watching this video are like, oh my god, what are you talking about? Like I said, guys, if this is all new to you, I'm not gonna walk you through every single step, at least not in this video. I'll see how good this video does, and then maybe we'll cover a specific video on clearance and ground and tower, and I am allowed to go all the way up to approach. The way FSMP controlling works, if you're interested in controlling FSMP, there was a system you have to go through. It counts by login counts. Yeah, it counts by login counts. Every single day you get one login count. In order for you to start doing clearance as air traffic control, you need 35. Ground is 55. Tower is 75. Approach is 150.
Wind check.
He asked for a wind check. Wind 200 at 17, gusting 23. Yeah, and you're probably asking, where am I finding that gusting? Well, I have another page open that's telling me the exact winds. So, like I said, yeah, that's the way ATC works here. Now, there is, if you're really good, you're going to start getting fast-tracked. For an example, I've only been here for 2.5 months, and I got 180 logins. So that's what, 3060.
Orbit 2's going around.
Orbit 2, Roger, you continue making left traffic, 25 left.
Continue left traffic 25 left.
You know, a lot of people were having problems. That's the second one. Remember AirOps 2101? He told us that the wind's too strong for the 2.5.
No, McCann Tower, AirOps 2199, 10 mile ILS 25 left.
AirOps 2199, wind 200 at 17, gusting 23, runway 25 left, clear for the option.
25 left, cleared option, AirOps 2199. Can we get the altimeter?
2967.
67, thank you.
Okay, so what I was just trying to say is that that's the second person we had complain about the crosswinds. Let me ask Warbird 2. And Warbird 2, the reason for going around, was the crosswind too strong, sir?
That's affirmative. Crosswind, we didn't feel comfortable on the 90.
Roger. As a tower controller, tower is always the one in charge of which runways are landing. I don't care if there's ground, center, approach, departure, clearance. Tower's the ones in charge of which runways are landing. In that case, I am going to make a decision right now to switch to 19ers for VFR traffic. IFR traffic is going to stay on 25. VFR is going to stay on 19er. So what I'm going to have to do is there's actually another...
I don't like how there isn't any outer marker on these runways. It's not even an inner marker either.
So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to let my clearance controller know that we're switching to 19ers, just because clearance usually clears them, tell them what runways they can expect. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on ATC frequency 18.0, and you can see it's quiet because no one's really talking on 18.0. So all we do is we say absolutely nothing because my controller just left. So we ain't got to worry about that. Let's just tell Warbird 2. Warbird 2, on your next go, I'm going to be changing you. You can switch to the 19ers at Fable.
Okay, Roger. Next goal is switching to runway 19er.
Now, we can clear Warbird 2 in for the option, but we can't just clear him in because there's another guy landing. We got to let him know his traffic, and I'll just get him on the 2.5 right, actually.
You said altimeter was 2982?
2967.
67, okay.
Warbird 2, runway 25 right. Clear for the option. Your traffic's going to be a 7.3 on about a 2 mile final for 2.5 left.
So we got the traffic inside. We're turning behind him. Runway 25 right. Clear for the option. Warbird 2.
So even though they're not on the same runway, I let them know this traffic's here because Warbird 2 has to know this guy's there so he can turn behind him, because Warbird 2 would have turned right now to try to land for 2.5 right. It would have crashed. So that's not good. Let's see them over here. There we go. See, now Warbird 2, he's, like I said, I would say, you know, I keep on saying these pilots are good, but every pilot in FSMP is good. You're never going to come across a pilot who is bad, because the main reason is there's so many filters. If you spawn on a runway, you're going to get kicked. If you taxi out of a flight plan, you're going to get kicked. If you spawn in the air, you're going to get kicked. If you fly an F-18, you're going to get kicked. This server is not for people who want to do aerobatics and air shows and anything like that. No, serious pilots who want to fly. Example, 2199's been in here for an hour and 20 minutes. He's been doing nothing but approaches, and you know, that's perfectly fine. We cater to whatever you want to do. So you know, don't come to the server expecting to be playing around, because I tell you one, it's not gonna happen. I wonder how long this video's been going on. I'm probably gonna call it a wrap here. I think I've been doing this for about an hour already, maybe. See how many videos it actually makes. So there's no one else on frequency. We'll go ahead and let them know that we're logging off. Guys, again, I appreciate y'all viewing the videos. I appreciate all the feedback. If you have any questions, message me and I'll answer them. If you request any specific videos on how to do ground, how to do clearance, any of these big airports, how to do, you know, what I really want to do is I want to show you how to do approach, how to read those charts, because that's extremely complicated when it comes to people. Like, I'm looking at the approach charts right here, and what I'm trying to say is they look complicated, but once you know what everything is, it's not really that complicated. So you know, that's actually what I want to show. So I'll let these guys know I'm logging off frequency, and I'll see y'all later, guys. Thanks for watching. Alright, our aircraft, this frequency tower is going to be logging off. You can switch to Unicom 122.95.